We'll start today by finding a nice, comfortable seat. And when we first begin our class, you can sit in any position that's comfortable for you, so long as the spine is nice and tall. Be sure to pull the flesh away from those sit bones so that you have a nice, sturdy, solid foundation. Draw the navel in towards the spine to engage the abdominal muscles. Let the crown of the head reach towards the ceiling, making your spine as long as you can, or as tall as you can. Bring the shoulder blades together and down the back, and place the hands on the thighs, palms up, and close your eyes. Start to become aware of your breath, and allow that breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to tune out any distractions that take you away from the breath. Start to bring the breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. So if you inhale for a count of 4, you would exhale for a count of 4. If you inhale for a count of 6, you would exhale for a count of 6, and so on. So we are in this age of COVID-19, and from the reading that I've been doing, lung health seems to be so important in people's ability to recover. So I really encourage you to practice this balanced breath throughout your day. If you are finding yourself becoming anxious, take a minute or two and just practice that balanced breath. Not only will it bring calm and balance to your mind, but it will also help to keep your lungs in good shape and to keep you full of fresh oxygen. Let's bring our hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. The thumbs just gently press against the chest, elbows relax. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the 3rd exhale, share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, and exhale through the nose. Inhale, and exhale. Sorry about that. And for the 3rd time together, inhale. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open your eyes, looking forward. Welcome. Lay down on your back. Extend your legs out nice and long. And bring your arms to your sides. For some people, laying flat on the back can be uncomfortable. So if this bothers your back, you can try bending the knees and keeping the soles of the feet on the mat. But if you're able to, extend the legs nice and long. You're going to reach through the heels. And as you inhale, arms come up overhead until the thumbs touch the floor behind you. And then as you exhale, the arms come back down by your sides. You're moving with your breath at your own pace, just lifting and lowering those arms. The next time the arms are by your sides, you can pause there. Bend both knees, placing the soles of the feet on the mat. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Take the hands around that left thigh, draw the knees into the chest. Begin to rotate that left ankle. Reverse the direction of that ankle rotation. Let the left ankle become still. Draw the knees in a little closer to the chest and breathe. Lower your left foot to the mat, followed by the right foot. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Take the hands around the right thigh. Draw the legs into the chest. Rotate the right ankle. Reverse the direction of the ankle rotation. Let the right ankle become still. Draw the knees in a little closer to the chest and breathe. Lower your right foot, followed by the left foot. Bring the arms by your sides, the palms face the floor. On the inhale, press down through the feet, lift the hips. And then as you exhale, lower those hips. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale, hips lower. You're moving with that balanced breath. Inhale and exhale are equal. The next time you lower the hips, pause for a moment. On the next inhale, the hips lift as the arms come up overhead until the thumbs touch the floor behind you. And then as you exhale, the arms come back down and touch down at the same time as those hips. Inhale, hips and arms lift. Exhale, hips and arms lower. The next time you lower down, pause there. Hug the knees into the chest. You can rock side to side here, giving yourself a little massage. Become still, and then begin to rock head to tail, and we're just going to come up to seated, but then come right over the knees to all fours, hands and knees. So when we're on all fours, the knees are just hip width apart. They are slightly behind the hips. Hands are shoulder width apart, and they are slightly forward of the shoulders. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to extended child's pose, so the elbows stay up off of the mat. As you inhale, come back up, all fours, hands and knees. Continue moving with your breath. Exhaling back. Inhaling up. The next time you come to all fours, pause there. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to round the spine towards the ceiling. As you inhale, the belly is drawn down towards your mat, the bottom of the head towards the ceiling. So we exhale, round the spine. Inhale, belly draws down. Come back to all fours, neutral neck, neutral spine. From here, we're going to practice puppy pose. So for puppy pose, you're going to begin to lower your forearms and your chest towards the mat. Your bum kind of is sticking up. So just imagine a puppy ready to pounce. Bring yourself back up to all fours, hands and knees. Shift back to child's pose and rest. So to rest in child's pose, you can either just bring your elbows to the mat. You can rest your forehead on the mat. Bring your arms back by your legs, whatever feels restful to you. Take this opportunity to come back to that balanced breath. Inhale and exhale are equal. Come back up to all fours, hands and knees. And then we're going to begin to move to a standing position, but we're going to go through downward facing dog. So if down dog isn't for you today, you can just meet us in the standing position. So to come into downward facing dog, curl the toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. The knees lift as you press back. So your hips are pointing to the back of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. Your heels are relaxing towards the mat. They may not touch the mat, but you're relaxing them towards the mat. Head and neck are relaxed. Breath is balanced. Start to walk the feet forward towards your hands, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. You can have a bend in the knee here. Relax the head and neck. Place the hands on the hips. Press down through the feet and bring yourself up to Tadasana, mountain pose. So for mountain pose, we stand with our feet just femur width apart. Hips are stacked on the knees are stacked on the ankles, and the pelvis is in neutral. So my pelvis tips way forward. I've been like this since I was little. So to bring my pelvis to neutral, I'm going to tuck the tailbone and draw the navel in towards the spine. Crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling, shoulder blades together and down the back. Take a nice big step back with your left foot. Let the toes point out slightly on that left foot. So if you were looking at a clock, they would be pointing about to the 10. As you inhale, arms reach up, and then as you exhale, bend the right knee. Make sure the right knee doesn't jut out past the ankle. If it does, widen the stance a bit. This is Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. A more gentle option of the pose would be to place your hands on your hips. Take your left hand to the back of the left thigh. The right palm faces the ceiling. You're going to draw an arch across the ceiling as you take it back for reverse warrior. So I'm coming into a back bend, but nothing has changed with my legs. Make sure you're breathing here. Slowly bring yourself back up. Straighten that right leg. Step forward with the left foot. Now we'll take a nice big step back with the right foot. Your right toes point out slightly to the right, so now they would be pointing about to the 2 on a clock. As you inhale, arms reach up, and as you exhale, the left knee bends. So notice my knee is not going out past my ankle. My left knee is also tracking more towards my pinky toe instead of the big toe. Arms are strong and active, or the hands can be on the hips. Take the right hand to the back of that right thigh. Draw an arch across the ceiling, taking it back for reverse warrior. Remember to breathe. Slowly bring yourself back up. Step that right foot forward. Place your hands on your sacrum, the triangular bone at the base of the spine. Press down through the feet. Lift up through the sternum, and then you're just going to take it back for a slight back bend. So we're opening the chest here, breathing. Slowly come back up. Relax your arms. Give yourself a big hug. And then give yourself a big hug going the other way. Nice. Come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. This time we're going to take our hands behind us and clasp them together. Bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. Draw the navel in towards the spine. So we're going to begin to press the fist towards the ground as we lift up through that sternum for our little back bend here. Slowly come back up. Start to lift the fist towards the sky as you hinge from the hips, folding forward. Release the hands. You can bring them down to the ground or onto your legs. And from here, we're going to step back to downward facing dog. One more time here. Start to bend those knees, go back down into child's pose. Rest here, come back to your breath. And now come down to lay on your belly. So today's class is focusing on back bends, and so far all of the back bends we've done have been standing or on all fours, but we haven't been laying on our belly. So typically back bends are heating and energizing, but when they're done on the belly, they're more grounding. So we're going to do 3 back bends on our belly, and they will progress in level of challenge or level of depth in the back bend. So the first one we did a lot last week. It's called Sphinx pose. Now, a little disclaimer. Sometimes people's feet will cramp in this pose. If that happens, just relax your legs, okay? So to start, we're not going to worry about the upper body. We're going to point our toes actively towards the wall behind you. So you're reaching those toes towards the wall behind you. Then you'll create an inner rotation of the thighs. So you're turning the thighs in towards each other, which will cause your sit bones to come apart. Then you'll draw your tailbone towards your heels. So you're reaching the feet, inner rotation of the thighs, tailbone towards the heels. Keep all of that going. And then come up onto your forearms. Place your elbows directly under the shoulders and have your wrists coming right out from those elbows. Press the hands into the mat, gaze forward for Sphinx pose. Reaching the toes, inner rotation of the thighs, tailbone towards the heels. Sphinx pose creates poise and focus. Relax the legs. Slowly lower down. You can cross the forearms in front of you and rest your forehead. Bend your knees and then rotate those ankles. Reverse the direction of your ankle rotation. And we'll let the ankles become still, lower the legs to the mat. Our next back bend is Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. So for Bhujangasana, you're going to take your hands and place them right next to your chest. Not in front of the chest, not below the chest, but right next to the chest. Your elbows might wing out. We want to hug them in. So for Cobra pose, you're going to traction your hands towards your feet. So you're essentially pulling your body forward when you do that. The chest sweeps through the arms and you rise. So this is baby cobra because my elbows are bent. On the exhale, lower down. Isometrically drag those hands back towards the feet. The chest sweeps through the arms as you rise. Keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Lower down on the exhale. Isometrically drag those hands back. Chest sweeps through the arms. So Cobra is not a push-up. You should be able to lift up your hands and be fine. Exhale, lower. One more time. Isometrically drag those hands back. Chest sweeps through the arms. This time I'm going to go all the way up. My arms are straight. This is a much deeper back bend. So if that's a bit much for your back, you just lower down and bend those elbows. And slowly lower, cross the forearms in front of you, rest your forehead, bend your knees, let the legs sway from side to side. Let the legs become still and then lower them down to the mat. Next, bring your arms by your sides, the palms face the ceiling. Your forehead is to the mat. As you inhale, the head, chest, and arms simultaneously lift up off of the mat, and then as you exhale, lower. Inhale, head, chest, arms, lift. Resist the urge to look forward. And as you exhale, lower. Continue moving with your breath here. You're just lifting up as high as is comfortable for you. Don't hold the breath. The next time you lower down, cross the forearms in front of you, rest the forehead. That was Ardha Shalabhasana, half locust pose. So you hear me saying the pose names in English, and then I say them another way, and that's Sanskrit. And the more you practice, the more you'll know exactly what I'm saying when I use the Sanskrit terms. So next, we're going to add on to Ardha Shalabhasana, half locust, and move into full Shalabhasana. So that means we'll add the legs. So bring your arms by your sides, palms face the ceiling. As you inhale, head, chest, arms, and legs simultaneously lift up off of the mat. And as you exhale, they lower. Inhale, head, chest, arms, legs, lift. Exhale, lower. So you'll continue lifting and lowering here. I like to really point my toes here and reach them to the wall behind me. You're moving with the breath. The next time you lower down, we will shift back to child's pose. So you can just place your hands by your chest and shift the body back. If you're still in Shalabhasana, please take your time. Roll over onto your back and hug the knees into the chest, coming to Apanasana. You'll bring the arms out like a T, palms face the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to twist to your left. So you're tipping the legs over to the left. The left leg comes down to the ground. The right leg can just rest on top of it. If your right shoulder pops up off of the mat, I want you to bend your right elbow and just place your hand on your rib cage to protect your shoulder. Breathe here. Start to bring those knees back towards the chest. And on the next exhale, you'll twist to the right. So you're tipping those legs over to the right. Right leg comes down to the mat. The left leg just rests on top of it. If that left arm is dangling in the air, just bend the elbow, place the hand on the rib cage. Start to draw those knees back up towards the chest. Hug the knees with the arms and just rock side to side, giving yourself a little back massage. Place the soles of the feet on the mat. Your arms come by your sides, palms face the floor. So just like before, you're going to press down through the feet and lift the hips. If you'd like, you can start to wiggle the shoulders beneath you, clasping your hands together, pressing the arms and the hands into the mat. Watch the breath here.
There's a random song playing on the computer. Okay, that's it.
Release the hands, unwiggle the shoulders. Slowly lower the hips down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. So you're going to place your right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee. As you inhale, the knees pull away from the chest as your arms straighten. And as you exhale, the knees are drawn back in towards the chest. So inhale, knees pull away. Exhale, knees pull in. This is dynamic Apanasana. Hug those knees in once more. Bring the arms out like a T, palms face the ceiling. Press the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Rotate the ankles. Reverse the direction of that ankle rotation. And let the ankles become still. We're going to do alternate leg lifts today. And this really helps to develop some core strength. Doing alternate one at a time is going to be more gentle on the back than doing both legs at the same time. So what you'll do is you'll start to lower your right foot towards the ground. And when it's about 2 inches away from the ground, you'll bring it back up towards the ceiling. Make sure your low back stays rooted to the mat. That's going to protect your back and allow you to use the abdominal muscles. So you're moving at your own pace here. Just alternating our leg lifts. Moving with the breath. See if you can do 2 more on each leg. And when you finish, you can hug those knees into your chest. Once again, you're going to place that right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee. As you inhale, knees pull away from the chest. As you exhale, pull those knees in. Inhale, knees pull away. Exhale, draw the knees in. Draw those knees in one more time. Place the soles of the feet on the mat and take the feet as wide as your mat. And then you're just going to let your knees fall in on one another. You can take your index fingers, link them together, and just bring the arms up overhead. Watch the breath flow in through the nose and out through the nose. We're going to begin to transition into Shavasana. We have plenty of time, so please feel free to get anything that you need to be comfortable. Shavasana is all about relaxation. We literally are just laying there, and we'll be doing that for about 5 minutes. After Shavasana, we'll come out and we're going to do a short dharana practice. We did that last week. It's just a short concentration practice. So we will be doing that after Shavasana. So go ahead and get comfortable. Lay down on your back. Traditionally, Shavasana is done with the legs extended out nice and long. The arms are by your sides. The palms face the ceiling. And the arms are a few inches away from the body. Relax the jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let your eyes just rest in their sockets. Let the feet just flop open. Let the natural breath take over and rest in Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen your breath, becoming aware of the room, becoming aware of your body. You can start to make any subtle movements that might feel good, like wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. You can rotate through the wrists and the ankles. Turn that head gently from side to side. And then stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up. Nice full body stretch. You can roll to the side in the fetal position, and we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping your eyes closed if you'd like. Bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position and really take the time to be comfortable because we're going to do our dharana practice. Dharana is one of the 8 limbs of yoga, and it means single-pointed concentration. So we're focusing on just one thing, which is a lot harder for a lot of people than it might seem. So what we're going to do is close our eyes, and for 2 minutes, I want you to visualize a flower. It can be any type of flower you choose. And what you're going to do for 2 minutes is just visualize that flower. Anytime your mind starts to wander, create stories, bring the awareness back to the visualization of that flower. So you may find that you have to bring your awareness back many, many times, but that's the practice. And the more we practice, hopefully, the longer we can go without losing our focus. So get comfortable. Start to establish that balanced breath that's flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. Your eyes are closed. And then begin to visualize that flower. Anytime your mind begins to wander, just bring the awareness back to your visualization. You can go ahead and deepen the breath Release the technique and bring the hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me today. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease of well-being. Namaste.